Hey there folks, this is Ed Beard again with the Employer's Edge. I'm going to invite you in here to share with you probably the cheapest, simplest, fastest thing you can do to make huge strides forward in developing trust and respect as the leader of a team, and to develop collaboration in the relationships that perform on teams. And that simple idea is what we call curious communication. It's the simplest, most complicated thing you can do. You heard that right. Simply because how hard is it to be curious and ask questions? However, people don't do it because in their head it gets way too complicated. Here's the concept in a nutshell. When you are curious about people, you are in effect saying without saying is, I care about you. That's why I asked you a question. When someone makes a comment and you don't ask them a question about it, what you're in effect saying is, I didn't ask you a question because truth is, I don't really care. That's fine, just come out and say it if you don't care, right? Let me give you a couple of examples. Okay, so we're out at a luncheon not too long ago. A boss with an entire team, one of the direct reports says, you know what? We told my daughter last Friday that she has to start paying her own car insurance. And the leader of the team completely stole that conversation by saying, I would never pay my daughter's car insurance. She wants to drive, she can pay her own insurance. It's not my job. But what they in effect communicated is, I don't really care what you have to say, and I just proved it by sharing my opinion of what you said instead of asking you questions about you, instead of being curious about you. And the reason the leader wasn't curious about that situation is, truth is, they didn't really care. And they said it plain as day in lack of curiosity. Folks, don't do that. Had another circumstance where the direct report on a team, star performer, I mean, this person was killing it. They decided to apply for a cross-department role. Just really upset the leader of the team. They pulled attitude, screw them. They want to get out of here, fine, they can leave. Don't you think you might want to be curious in your communication with some questions like, hey, is there anything, or what can we do to keep you here? What do you see in that cross-department role that you're not getting here? Maybe I can get that for you. You see, folks, these kinds of questions are driven by curiosity because people care. But this leader didn't ask any questions because instead, it was better to pull attitude, show that you don't care. And just let the person go. Don't do that. Caring drives curiosity. It's the biggest stride you can make to develop trust and respect as a leader. Now you're probably saying something like, maybe, we don't have time. We just don't have time here to get into all these personal problems here at work. I mean, it's just not our job. Okay, don't go always never on me. No one's asking you to dive into every single solitary situation by asking questions because you're curious. That's not what we're saying. But wouldn't it be kind of cool every now and then to say, hey, describe your struggles for me. How are these challenges showing up and what exactly can I do to help you? Because in the process of asking questions, you're showing curiosity. Curiosity is driven by care. And when you're not curious, it's because you don't really care. So I'm curious, what questions do you have for me?